we go again.
Ace Kennedy, my brother from another mother.
What up, bro?
Hey, man, what's good with you, bro?
Man, sitting up here trying to send out the thing. You know, it be showing up late when we go live, and I be trying to send it out. So I'm trying to get that. I'm almost about to go. Boom. Post it. Yo, man. I know we got a lot to talk about. I know we do, but I've been waiting, and it's been burning in my soul, bro. This boy, Stephen A. Smith, all time, all new low, bro. All new low. This boy, we'll get into
it. Wait. Let's get the intro music on first.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
Let's go.
It doesn't matter what your name is.
Brotherz podcast, the greatest podcast of all time. Brotherz podcast, the greatest podcast.
If you smell. It doesn't matter what your name is.
Podcast of all time.
Listen, if you haven't already, be sure to like and subscribe to the Slash Brothers YouTube and Facebook pages, Instagram also. But we are live on both platforms at the same time. Whenever you click on the notification, click on the bell, you get the heads up whenever your boys and Miss doing a thing. Ace Kennedy, Stephen A. Smith.
So
that's your boy.
no,
Talk
that's
to
not my
me.
boy. Basically, man, what I have an issue with Stephen A. Smith is he went on national TV and basically said, look, and now granted, I understand that that the Clippers are out of the playoffs. So this is old news, but it's one of those things that's still worth addressing. So Russell Westbrook got into it with Luka. Now, mind you, earlier in the game, he had already had a technical foul, a flagrant foul or something, because he went up, he was going to block a shot, accidentally hit somebody in the head, whatever, when he was blocking the shot. Okay. So then come back around, Luka does this flip thing in the air, right? And so Luka's like, oh, what's wrong? And Russ is kind of like, man, like, move out the way, like, stop playing with your acting, stuff like that. So then somebody else from the team pushes Russ. And so, you know, Russ don't play by the same rules. Russ was going at him. And so then the referee was trying to hold him. He pushed the ref off and everything. He was like, yo, I am not the one to be messing with around. Like, I'm not playing by them rules. So anyway, so now that's a double tech. So of course, with him having the first one, Russ is out of there, right?
Well, listen, wait. So do you think that Russ was baited into that then? Because you think about it, Russ has been their X factor. If you get rid of the X factor, now you no longer have the leadership. So if you can get him tossed, you think that that's something that he was just baited into doing?
No, because I actually think that was a game that they won. That wasn't the last game.
Okay.
That wasn't the very last game.
Right.
So no, I don't think he was baited. I just think that the dude, because the dude who pushed him in the back had already gotten into it with somebody else earlier in the game too. Like, now he didn't get a flagrant or a technical behind it, but he kind of got into a little scuffle with somebody else. So he already was just on one. But I just don't think, I think he thinks like you say how NBA fights are, right? Where no punches will be thrown and stuff like that. Right. There was too many people to get in the way because Russ was leaping at folks. Like he was swinging. And that was the thing. They tried to say, oh, Russ threw a punch and like all this stuff, right? And of course, with the referees, you never see the provoking thing. You see the reaction. So no, I don't think he was baited. I really don't. I just think that Luka, because you know Luka cries, he is worse than Thickums, bro. Like he is bad. He is bad.
I think Luca. Listen, I'm gonna be honest. I think the Luca is the worst since James Harden. Like nobody used to do it more than James Harden. Like nobody did it worse. And people talk about LeBron James is flopping. I don't think that. I listen. Maybe you know they say that LeBron. People say, maybe LeBron crawled so he can walk or whatever. But Luca, listen. This is the thing that makes Luca's look so egregious to me is that okay, if it's somebody like if Pat Beverly did that, right, I wouldn't be so mad, right? Because he's the defensive player. For him, he has to use gamesmanship as his leverage, right? So that would make I can't stand. That was the one thing I hated about with LeBron because listen, I could say all these things about LeBron, but when they bring up the flopping, I can't defend that, right? And not just that he was flopping when he was clearly to me the best player in the league, right? But now even James Harden, at that point, James Harden had that MVP season and the seasons leading before then. And you see some of the most the selling of calls, like this. You know, this is the thing that players do now. That's a thing, and I get it. There's a basketball drill, right? That you practice flopping, where you go to the hole and look. They do this though, bro. They dribble and they do this and keep going. They pretend like they keep.
Yeah, I hate that.
I hate it so bad, and everybody does it. Once you're trying to get around somebody and you can't get around them, your biggest thing is you keep your dribble alive and you flop up to basically sell to the referee that why you can't get around them though, bro. And it's one of the and I see everybody in the NBA does it. Well, Luca is by far like it's almost like if Luca misses a contested shot, he thinks it is because he got fouled. Like it can't be because he just missed it though, bro. He's probably the worst since James Harden to me. I never saw. See, for me, I would give Kyle Lowry the pass because of his limitations, right? He was never the star.
Mhm.
He had to use gamesmanship though. But for Luca, LeBron,
Well, see, here's my thing. I'm not on Luca as much for the flopping as I am for him crying about calls. Like Luca cries a lot.
But I get that though. But I get why he said. See, I think that Luca's thing is that Luca feels like he probably feels like there are a lot of fouls that he don't get. That somebody listen. Joel Embiid used to shoot 12 free throws a game, right? And he isn't bringing the ball up the court. He doesn't have the ball nearly as much. So Luca's thing is that you think that Joel Embiid is getting fouled more than me, and I have the ball more than him. So I get it. But I hated that about Joel Embiid. You're already good. You got to do the flopping also. Like, it's disgusting to me, though, bro. I hate it.
Yeah, but anyway, so we get all of that. We get all the theatrics.
Yeah.
So Stephen A gets on ESPN talk about, yeah, man, I called the league office to find out why the boy Russ didn't get suspended. I'm like, you did what? So let me get this right. You, the ESPN commentator that works for ESPN, is calling the NBA to wonder why they didn't suspend somebody. So you basically is trying to get somebody else. You trying to dig in somebody else's pockets. Like,
well, it would be so bad if he wasn't so adamant in him saying that he demanded basically that Russell be suspended.
No. It doesn't change. It doesn't change if he called with the softest voice ever and asked the question. You as an NBA analyst on ESPN, like you work for ESPN, you don't work for the NBA. You work for ESPN. There's no reason why you should be calling the league asking about why somebody didn't get suspended. Here's my thing. If you are making analysis about the game, right? And you said with all of the things that happened with Russ, I don't understand why he was suspended and left it at that. That's fine. But you went the step further and called the league office and, like you said, demanded to know why he wasn't suspended. That's what I have issue with. Prime example. Last night, Jamal Murray threw a towel, and he also threw he threw two things. He threw a towel coming out of a huddle, and then he also threw a heating pad when he was sitting on the back seat. And so I've heard everybody all day and said he should be suspended. But that's it. They ain't say, I called the league office to find out why Jamal Murray wasn't suspended, because you are making you are saying your opinion about something that happened in the game, but you are not trying to provoke or find out why. Like, you don't work for the NBA. You comment on all sports. So you do not solely work for the NBA. Your checks don't come from the NBA. Your checks come from ESPN, Disney, parent company. And
so other people felt very similar then, because I heard this very, like, shortly after he came out and said that, like, yo, you way out of pocket for that. And I don't know if it said, listen, I don't know if I consider this snitching though, bro.
It is snitching, bro.
It's not.
No, it is snitching, bro. Because what I'm saying is, the thing is, everybody knows in the playoffs, people are more lenient on the things that they will say or do. Or, for instance, they want to make sure that if somebody loses, it's because of the merit that happened on the court, right?
Sure.
So the league even responded to Stephen A by saying, we felt like it was dealt with the him getting kicked out the game, with the punishment that happened in the game. We felt that was sufficient enough. Russ actually came with a whole letter that he responded. Oh, dang, I wish I would have thought to pull it up before we got on the pod. But Russ responded, because he was like, basically, like, he was kind of commenting about the whole season in general with the Clippers, with basically saying, like, look, you've heard a lot of stuff put out there about me, and he said, and a lot of that stuff is fabricated. For one, I have never had a problem whatsoever with expressing my feelings about what I feel, when I feel it, how I feel it. So I don't need nobody else coming out trying to say, well, Russ said this, Russ said that. No, I will set the record straight on what I say, because I don't have an issue with saying what I feel. But no, Stephen A was out of pocket, so much so Matt Barnes and Jack came out on the All Smoke podcast.
Yeah.
They went in on him, bro. They went in on him. Steven Jackson said he done with him, bro.
So this is the thing. This is my thing. Okay. I wonder, even though, as Stephen A. Smith, you covered the NBA for some years, a long time ago. You might have sources, you might have connections. But my biggest thing is that, what gives you have the audacity to feel like your NBA celebrity within your sports commentary, like that, gives you the empowerment to feel like you're owed an answer? Like, I think, to me, it could be anybody, not necessarily Russ. I just think that the thing that's the most mind-blowing is that you feel like, I'm Stephen A. Smith. Damn it, y'all gonna answer me. Like, if you don't sit down somewhere with that, though, bro, like, I feel like that's almost like, to me, you know what that's equivalent to? That's almost like someone that goes out to, and they pull the "you don't know who I am" line, right? That's almost like that kind of empowerment to me. So I think that it's not even so much as the comment. It's the, no, I'm gonna call y'all, because I'm gonna find out. Somebody need to tell me why. Like, bro, come on, man. At the end of the day, like you said, you're an ESPN NBA analyst, and yeah, you might got some people who you know, but you shouldn't feel like the league has some obligation to you because of your platform, though, bro. I think that's
right. Like,
that's what made him look crazy.
He deserved an explanation.
Yeah,
not like crazy. You know what I'm saying? And that was my thing. Like I said, all day long, I've heard analysts say all day, I believe that Jamal Murray should have been suspended, because
do you think he should have been suspended?
I think if it's the playoffs, you fine him. I don't know about suspended, because the thing is, they're going off of the assumption that somebody could have got hurt. Now, if somebody would have got hurt, then I believe, yes, a suspension is necessary. But I think that you still have to send a strong message, because you're already a world champion. You know what it is. You've been in the league long enough. You know what it is.
That boy was mad. They was D'ing his ass up. No Diddy.
Yeah.
No Diddy. They was all over him the whole. Listen. These boys is not playing that Lakers defense. This
Nope.
is not D'Angelo Russell
Nope.
or Austin Reeves you got on you. You got somebody who is 6'7" or 6'8" with the damn near 6'10" to 7 foot wingspan guarding you. So you can't, they slide them feet and they're already taller than you. And, let me tell you this. This is another thing. And I hope you pull this up. Dog, you know what I think is crazy, man?
What's up?
This is random. Because I shouldn't say this as somebody who has absolutely no hair. But I absolutely hate Jamal Murray's hairline, bro.
Why?
Because it's no line. His front is just hair. Pull him up, though, bro. Listen, as a bald guy, I don't have any room to talk. But because I'm bald, and I know every day what my head is going to look like. Every single day, though, bro. You pull his hair up. It's not like Derek White. But that's the bad part. It's because it's not Derek White. It's not receding. It's not nothing. It's just, it looks like it has no starting point, no end point at all, bro. Like he just goes and just get the sides edged up. And not even the sides, the lower sides, though, bro. Watch when you see it. When you see it, you gonna know what I'm talking about, bro. From one bald guy to another, you go, look at that, bro. It's no front, bro. It's no line. Listen. Shout out to my brother. It does look like a hairpiece, bro. It looks not even like the Steve Harvey. His stuff look like you. Listen, Ace. His stuff looks like this. It looks like you can just take it and pull it all the way back. And in real life, he is just like this, though, bro. But it pulls back here, though, man. It's weird, bro. On that picture that you got with the blue, with him with the gray shirt, it looks like it's lined up, right? But he must have been holding it back or something like this.
Yeah,
though,
it do
bro.
look like a little lined up right there.
Yeah, it got a little light line up on there. But on every other picture, though, bro, that thing looks like it looks weird. But it looks like it's a lace front, bro. It's crazy. And what's wild about it is that for some reason, right, from my eye, it's almost like how, to me, every time they put a camera on LeBron James, look at that, bro. What is that? What is that, bro? What is that? That is a wig, bro. It's crazy. Like, usually I'll see dudes who got big hair, and you can still see they line up, though, bro. It's no starting point. And then there's no sides. Like, you don't see where his sides, it's barely any of this. It's just all, that's a whole nother. Because when he threw the heat pad, I didn't even have to see it. They zoomed. I saw his hair and I knew it was him, bro. He couldn't hide it though, bro. It's crazy though, bro. It looks like it looks just like this, bro. And I think he can peel it back just like this though, bro. And listen, what if they showed him in the huddle peeling his wig back and letting this cool off some though, bro? This stuff is crazy, bro.
Yeah, they made fun of what's his name so long he finally went bald, bro.
Ooh, Derek White. Derek White was terrible though, bro. Like it was ridiculous. Now the other boy out in Minnesota about need to cut his. Derek Anderson. He violating too though, bro. And it's wild. But Kevin Durant violating. The LeBron James be crispy at the first quarter. Fourth quarter, it looked terrible. And they always, the minute LeBron falls down, it's like the first thing they go do is zoom in on LeBron ball spot, though, bro. Kevin Durant, every time you shoot it, how's Kevin Durant the tallest person on the court? But they always get an aerial view of that man ball spot, though. Bro.
Jeff Green
stuff, man. Listen, Jeff Green is violent. That man is a menace. He is a menace.
Chris Paul too.
See, what I don't understand is why these dudes ain't went on out and got that Deion Sanders PRP shots, bro. Like, you can legit. Why haven't they gone to Turkey? Like, can't you go to Turkey? I think that process is like a 4-month deal. So these boys is gonna be listen.
No, but they got people for real to do it in the States. I got a homeboy out here to do it.
Listen though. LeBron James, Kevin Durant are gonna be on the USA team. They playing in France. They need to go ahead and go to Turkey on the weekend, start that hair transplant. And Chris Paul do got that Doc Rivers. Because Chris Paul can hold down a crispy edge up. In the front, he deceiving. He'll deceive. And I don't like that, bro. That, to me, listen, what Chris Paul and Doc Rivers is doing, right?
They got that finesse game on, bro.
Listen, that to me, what Chris Paul and Doc Rivers is doing is equivalent to them girls who wear the wigs and still have the baby hair on. Like you are some kind of menace to be out here deceiving. It's up there with the big eyelashes. Like, bro. And because Chris Paul ain't tall, soon as he walk off and he turn around, straight ball. And his stuff, it used to be where he had a little buzz back there, smooth ball. Go on out there to Turkey while you in the Olympics and get that hair transplant, bro. Deion Sanders, I think Deion Sanders got the PRP injections and he back whole season. They stopped playing, bro.
Yo, what about that fade, that new fade, the bottom of the, you getting that?
I might. I was tempted. Listen, I was very tempted to start. One time I went about 3 days without getting my hair cut, right? Just out of inconvenience, right? And I was like, damn, what? I said, if I go about another week, a full week now, I've been had it dark enough where I can go ahead and cut it. You know what I'm saying? Like line up myself. Like it was that dark. And I thought about it. I got real close. And then the missus was like, man, you better sit down somewhere though, man. You better sit down.
Hey, my stuff is good and terrible up under here, bro.
Listen, but listen, how far back? What does your damage look like these days? To where if you grew yours,
that junk, it's a landing strip up here, bro. That junk. It's the new school George Jefferson, bro.
Oh my God, bro!
That junk blows all the way out. Yeah, that thing
man.
is a drop top up there, bro.
Yo, so you know what's funny about it though, man? Is mine isn't that bad, right? Mine ain't that bad. Like, I think, bro, like, this is what I think. When I say mine ain't that bad, I think if I grew my hair dark, it'll be about like, I can pull that LeBron, and I probably can get a lineup, but it's only going to be good for maybe one day. They're going to have to give me that enhancement. I can't really tell where you're starting.
Boy, please, you can't see.
Nah, not on the camera, bro.
Okay.
You Uncle Phil out though, huh?
Yeah, straight Uncle Phil, bro.
Yeah, see, this would be my thing. So my thing would be that the only reason why I wouldn't have get that haircut is because for mine the blew out starting in the front, but it ain't all the way back here, right? It's like for mine, and that's why I would be cool to get it. I think that the maintenance of getting that is where I was just like, nah, because
you got to do it.
You got to keep that front, like, you know what I'm saying? And to maintain the fade, the reverse, that's cool for a one-time thing. You step it out real quick or whatever. But for that to be your go-to, that's a weekly haircut though, bro. And I ain't got time for that kind of maintenance though, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, Chris Paul out here is being a straight menace, though, bro.
Yeah.
And Doc Rivers just go and get the enhancement around his lineup, bro. The rest of his stuff looks like you could just blow his whole head and it look like it'll part every single hair in his head, bro.
Yo, who you got? So you think it's over for the Denver series?
It's over, bro. And listen,
Is it gentlemen or clean?
gentlemen sweep. Gentlemen sweep. I think that gentlemen sweep. I think here's what I believe, bro. I think that they've already lost these two
At home.
They lost 2 games at home. It's over. Because now 6 is the max, right? Because now they didn't show that your home court advantage doesn't matter. Usually the thing is, oh yeah, you got the high altitude and you're a mile high. And here's why I think that these young boys are like, nah, that don't matter. I think that they're so young, bro, that they don't realize that their lungs is supposed to be hurting. They're so like blissfully naive, bro, that I think it's over. And I just think that, and here's the other part too, right? So what I think is an interesting dynamic is that they got the 3 bigs to throw at Joker. And I think that one of the problems that I think that other teams have had with Joker, right? Because I said, yo, Joker looks tired as hell out there last night, though, bro. Mm-hmm. And I think that one of the biggest differences is that I think that when they played against the Lakers, right? I mean, Anthony Davis was the only person, and Anthony Davis couldn't go all the way in with just guarding that boy Joker because he still was trying to score, right? I think that they lost with Rudy Gobert, who's only going to play defense on him. And so even then, so that's all your energy. So I think that by the time Naz Reid's getting in the game, he got that. Listen, Naz Reid is probably one of my favorite players, bro. And I think that for him to be as big as he is, he low-key be having that ball on the string, bro. And he got a nasty layup package. He can shoot. He does everything. And I think that what's crazy is that he makes Joker have to play some defense. And so I think that just their team, when people talk about, oh, the Rudy Gobert addition just makes him look crazy. Nah, I think that the Rudy Gobert addition is absolutely perfect for this season. How it might look against another matchup is a different thing, though, bro.
Yeah, but the problem was Rudy Gobert was having a baby last night, so he wasn't even there.
Yeah, but so if you can't win with him out, and here's the thing, I thought that where I think that it made a difference, though, is that it made Joker have to guard somebody who got a bag of moves on him and is also going to give you the same energy on defense, though, bro. Like Naz, I'm not saying that Naz Reid is like going to be an NBA All-Star or whatever, but he's very easily been one of my favorite players all year long, though, bro.
Well, okay, so you said that one's a wrap. What do you got for the Boston Cavs series? What's that going?
Just get it over with. Just get it over. I don't listen. It's Boston either 4-0 or 4-1. Like, listen. If you out here trying to have a classic with the Orlando Magic, that tells me enough. This ain't the Dwight Howard Magic. Like, no, get them out of here.
Pacers in New York. What you got?
Oh my gosh. Listen. This is gonna sound crazy because I like Jalen Brunson a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I hate that he plays for the Knicks, bro.
I mean, I know that.
Listen, I got to see how but I think whoever wins game 1 tonight.
Game 1's already happened. Game 1 happened yesterday.
Who won last night?
The Knicks.
Okay, I think the Knicks will win then.
Okay.
Yeah, but listen, what you know what needs to be investigated, bro?
What?
What needs to be investigated is how easily Obi Toppin be doing this East Bay dunk, bro. Listen, he goes East Bay like it's a regular dunk, bro. Like, I think that if you had to, I'm sure, I don't think nobody is keeping record of this kind of stat, but I'm pretty sure he's East Bay dunked more times than anybody in the history of basketball, bro. Insane how he does it easily, though, bro. It's almost like how Jordan had his patent fadeaway, right? And then you got LeBron who does the look down at the ball pull. Listen, man, I ain't never seen nobody East Bay as much as that boy Obi Toppin. It's insane to me how easy it looks on, bro.
Who you got? OKC and Dallas.
I got OKC. And listen, I'm gonna be honest with you though, bro. I gotta see how OKC plays Kyrie the first game.
Here's my thing. They just have to commit to one of them. Like, this is what I'm hear me out. My philosophy has always been let one person get all the points they can stand, but you can't let the rest of the team do it. So my thing is, for instance, the Cavaliers lost to the Magic on the game that Spider scored 50 points. They let him get all he can stand, and they just stopped everybody else. Nobody else was scoring. They can let Luka or they can let Kyrie go ham.
Who do you pick? Who do you say, I'm going to let this person get him?
Let Luka get his.
I was saying the same thing. Listen.
Let Luka, because
I would let Luka average 40.
Yes, on regular games, Luka has done that where he scored 1,000,000 points and then they still lose. Nah, you can't let Kyrie get going. You gotta. If I'm them, let Lou Dort guard Kyrie. Keep him. Let Luka get all he can stand. Let him get 45 points, 50 points. As long as we don't let nobody else get hot and we do our normal stuff, then we'll win.
Listen, I'm gonna agree with you, but from a different perspective. I think that, like I've always told you, my biggest beef with Luka has been the fact that for him to be what everybody sees him as, that he's high usage. He has to have the ball a lot, right? But when he's really being Luka, it's just he's very Luka-centric. So all the assists, right? They're not all created equally, right? And so I think that when he's going like ham like that, he is not really looking. Whereas I think that Kyrie can go score first, and Kyrie will give you 40. But I think that Kyrie can also give you 8 assists, and his assists are 8 assists that are playmaking assists, like eight assists where I'm trying to get you involved. So if it's me, I agree with you. I would rather Kyrie lock Kyrie because I don't want to see Kyrie go ham. Because I've seen Kyrie go ham and it result in a championship. But I've seen Luka go ham and he gets sent right back home, though, bro. So for that, give me shutting down Kyrie. If I can hold Kyrie to, if I can hold Kyrie to 20 or below,
I was gonna say 15.
15 to 20, and I'm good with that, though, man.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't know about 20. I mean, the max got to be 18. The max got to be 18 because the thing is that it's what if Luka give you 40, that's still 60.
I do. I think that. So here's the reason why I can take that. It's because I know that Luka giving you 40 is going to look different from Kyrie giving you 40. 100%. So what I'm saying is that Luka giving you 40, to me, it's like everybody else is going to be basically catch and shoot, right? There's going to be very little playmaking. I think that when Kyrie is giving you them high 20s, high 30s, you see Kyrie looking for all the alley-oops to all the big men. That's going to make the big men didn't run the floor hard. It's going to make you do everything. And I just don't see Luka as that kind of playmaking point guard, especially when he's scoring 30, 40 points, though. So I don't know, man. All assists aren't created the same to me, though, bro.
Okay, so you said OKC.
I got OKC, and I want to say OKC in 6.
Okay, that's kind of where I sat. I would love to see them sweep or a gentleman, but
I gotta see how they play Kyrie the first game. I'm not
gotta take their home.
And then here's the other thing too. I think the reason why I would say that is because OKC. I've always told you they've always had a problem when they have a big out there who can really get buckets right on the other team. And I don't think that Dallas has that kind of big man to where
not this year though.
No. Yeah, I've seen AD give them buckets. I've seen Joker give them buckets. And this, I think that where I think that they'll find a good, we'll see, is when they play against if they play against Minnesota, right? Because it's gonna be, it's not the Rudy. It's, to me, it's gonna be Nas Reed, bro. Like Nas Reed can go, and I want to see how Chet plays against this series and the next series going forward, because this series he won't have that big man that can go at him and give him buckets. So I want to see Chet go and average 25.
We'll see. I'm excited. I'm super nervous, but I'm excited at the same time. Like, I want my boys to do well. But
yeah, I don't listen. I mean, I gotta ask you a question. I gotta ask you a question, because we'd be remiss if we didn't bring this up. The Lakers fired Darvin Ham. Give me your thoughts on that one, bro.
I think I was more shocked by the I'm gonna answer your question, but I think I was more shocked because typically when they fired a head coach, I never see anything else about the rest of the staff. They publicize that they let go of their whole squad, bro, they whole coaching staff. I think it was, it was a scapegoat thing, man. Like, what I'm saying, they wanted to blame Darvin Ham for it. I get it. Some people probably just didn't think he was the guy for it, but I mean, their team wasn't like it was championship built anyway.
Right.
So
do you look at this as a blow to LeBron's overall legacy? Because LeBron James would have had 10 head coaches fired within his NBA time.
Absolutely not. This is why. Because some of these people that they picked weren't like Frank Vogel. They won a championship with him, but I don't attribute that to him. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't.
But why not though? Because so I say that because of this, right? Okay. So if you pick a coach who LeBron James doesn't handpick, that means that guy will never command the respect from LeBron. And he's the leader of the team. So that means that everybody else is going to have but so much respect for them as well.
Yeah.
So Frankie, so how does he, people make it seem like, and I think it's unfair to him that he was just there riding the wave.
Okay, this is my reasoning why. Because if Frankie V was still that dude, then what happened to the Suns?
Okay, so listen. Okay, so let's talk about that. So here's the thing I don't think that people give Frankie V credit to, right? And we'll talk about the Suns. That's one thing, right? But think about that though. When you Frankie V and you on your staff, you basically have your staff picks. You have Jason Kidd, who LeBron James has made no secret that he would love to have played for him, right? So you got him on your staff, almost like the waiting for you to mess up, almost like how Ty Lue was on Doc Rivers' staff, waiting for him to mess up, and then you assume command, though, right? So I think that the scenario that these coaches are put into place who play for LeBron, who aren't the LeBron guys, right? And even if you are a LeBron guy, you still gonna get fired. LeBron James tried to have Coach Spoelstra fired, and Coach Spoelstra is now the highest paid coach in the NBA and regarded by most as one of the top 2 or 3 coaches in the league, though, right? But you ask about Frankie V, and when it came down to the Suns, I think that this was another one of those scenarios to where someone in management, right, forces players on you. So when the management got there, he specifically wanted to make a splash, and they picked up Bradley Beal. I don't think that they even necessarily – I don't think – if you tell me that Frankie V has something to do with that, I think that was forced on him, right? But at the same time, when you try to force chemistry and when you try to buy championships, we've seen that it typically hasn't worked. But specifically, we saw Kevin Durant where that failed with him, even though it worked when he was out with with the Warriors. I just think that to me, the Warriors never had an identity. And yeah, you can blame that on the coaches, right? But at the end of the day, you had so little chemistry because you only played with your starting five, maybe 15 games. You know what I'm saying? Everybody was hurt until the playoffs. So, right. And I just don't think that you can just throw the ball out there and say, well, go figure it out. You get swept. That's what I think happens. But I don't think that that's Frankie V. Now, if you tell me that Frankie V is going to get swept again, get him up out of there then. Right? If they looking sloppy, they get 4-1. Yeah, get them up out of there though, man.
Man, I'm just saying, I just don't think it has to fall with him on some respect. Like at the same time, you with the personnel you have, you still should be trying to figure out how to best put them in positions.
How is the Darvin Ham then being fired, him being the scapegoat versus Frankie V getting fired after winning the championship? Frankie V was there for 2, maybe 3 years. Darvin Ham was there for 2 years.
Yeah, but we know that with the Lakers or even LeBron, it's championship or bust. So that like you understand that pressure going into it. So I didn't blame the Frank. I thought the Frankie V firing of the Lakers was a scapegoat thing, right?
Okay.
But at the same time, you went to the Suns now, and you had another quote unquote superpower team, and you went out. You couldn't even win one playoff game. Like, no, your job still is to put people in positions to do. Like, you can't use that excuse for 82 games of, well, I didn't like this roster. Like, bro, at the end of the day, as a coach, you got to figure that out. Like, you have to put people in positions to maximize your roster.
I get it. I get that 1,000%. But for the Suns, right? If you're telling me, right, that you've spent if this season, if you have basically $150 million of this year dedicated, all swung on to 3 guys who aren't on the court at the same time. So now, because you spent so much money on just these 3 guys, you were never able to build a full bench. You couldn't get any depth.
Charles, I understand what you're saying.
Wait. So what I'm saying though is when you said, well, what was Frankie V's thing? I think that his thing is that I haven't coached with the guys who I thought was going to be my lineup, though. So that's his excuse.
I understand that, but you had those guys in the playoffs. If you told me the reason why our seeding is this low is because we didn't have all of these guys there, you are in the playoffs now. You have all of those guys. So at the same time, this is what I'm saying. When you get in the playoffs, according to you and all these other analysts, basketball changes, right? You can't just say, well, like, oh, okay, well, we beat them in the regular season, so in the playoffs, it's just a foregone conclusion that we're going to win. Everybody has to make adjustments within the playoffs.
I get that. But people make their adjustments based off of the chemistry that they already have, right? You know your personnel. I think that Frankie V didn't know his personnel until the last 15 games of the season, right? And then had the playoffs. So I think that you can't say, oh, this was a good rotation. It's good when I have Bradley Beal in with these players, or I have Book and KD in at the same time without Beal or whatever. I don't think that he had the opportunity to play with that kind of lineup like that. So that's but I think that the difference.
I know what you're saying though, right? But prime example, I always have another example to refer to. Nobody, if you asked anybody before the series started with Denver and Minnesota, that Denver would be down 2 games, right? Nobody would believe that. But their coach now has to make adjustments in order for them to do something. So all I'm saying is I'm with you on the fact that the Suns in the regular season never really got to play together. But now you are in the playoffs. Make adjustments.
Speaking of that, let me tell you this. You talk about the Nuggets. I got into a little DM debate. Shout out to the homeboy Alberto Jones, coach over there at Ellison High School, by the way. I'm still heartbroken that they did. I'll never root for Ellison ever. But I was rooting for them to win the state championship.
Absolutely.
I was absolutely rooting for them. One for the crib, though, but I thought that would have been good for the home team. But we were talking about that, and I think that he was saying that Minnesota doesn't have the bench. You know, they traded Bruce Bowen. They traded. They got
Denver
rid of
doesn't
those
have
two
the
guys.
bench. Denver.
Denver doesn't have the bench, right? And I said, you know what? They got a couple of guys. They just don't play them like that, right? And I think that Denver starters, they play like 42 minutes. They play almost the whole entire game. And so we couldn't quite, I guess the thing that we couldn't quite agree on is that maybe they're playing the whole game because the bench is really that trash, or maybe their bench is so short that, even if you do play them, you talk about like Reggie Jackson coming off the bench. You got that one dude, Braun, that comes off the bench, and maybe like Justin Holiday. But just usually it's just those first two guys, all right? And here's the thing I think when it comes to the adjustments that are going to be made, I don't know what adjustments can the Nuggets make because they still, according to Coach Jones, are only 5 players deep, bro. That's tough. It's tough to figure out the adjustments. But anywho, it's interesting though. Interesting perspective on it though.
Yeah, absolutely. Gave that way too much energy. Before we move to our main topic, I just wanted to tell you, I went back and rewatched the Cody versus AJ match. Dog, the French crowd, it was so lit. It was so lit. Listen, bro, I guess there's a thing in France. If you say the word phenomenal, they have this song that they sing. So every time AJ Styles did something dope, they would break off into this song. But listen, when AJ was coming out, they were singing his song. Before Cody's music hit, they started singing his song. Then his music hits, they sing his song. The music stops playing. The announcer has to wait because they got to finish the verse on his song. Then when they're fighting, every time they hit a move, it was something like, bro, I'm telling you, bro, you have to go back and you ain't even got to watch the whole match, but just watch that match for how the crowd, you would have thought that the opening match was the Cody match because of how live they were.
Yeah, I can tell you this. Landon watched it the entire way. Yeah. I overheard it, and he was thoroughly entertained by it. He never turned it off.
The French crowd listen, they were lit, bro. It was, they were singing. It was like watching a movie with a score behind it. Because it was like every move they did, they had something to do for it. You know what I'm saying? Like when AJ hit him, it'd be like, boo, yeah, boo, yeah. And it was just like, it was loud like the whole time. And so then, of course, AJ and them broke the French announce table. Yeah. So then they was chanting the French announcer's name. They had a whole song for his name. It was so lit. Damn. It was like they just made the match that much bigger. I know AJ and them had to be like, bro, this is crazy. Because the way they were singing everything, super, super dope. I said, I see why Landon enjoyed it now.
He thoroughly enjoyed it, bro.
The match wasn't even like all that crazy. It's a typical Cody match. Cody
said it was epic. He said every one of them was epic. Every single match was epic. He said he would have thought it was like Mania. Worthy, every time though.
Yeah, every single match you would have thought that just because of how invested. Because you got to think, they like, listen, we ain't going to get this for another 3 years, right? Whereas, WWE or AEW, whatever, is coming through our cities once a year. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They ain't getting that. So they was like, we going to let y'all know why y'all need to bring something huge over here, bro. But shout out to the boy Triple H, because that's still under his watch, bro.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Yeah. Main event. That's the main topic, bro. I'm gonna let you set it up.
Yo, who do you got winning so far, bro? You got Drake or you got Kendrick? So
for one, I think it's over.
Okay, so let's talk about this though.
Okay.
So you got Euphoria.
Yep.
Push-ups.
Mm-hmm.
You got 616 in LA. You got Tailor Made Freestyle. You got Meet the Grams. You got Family Matters, Not Like Us, and The Heart Part 6.
You left out. I would have said first person shooter then
well, I'm talking about these
okay, you're talking about
okay. Just but if you go first person shooter and then you go the other one. So listen.
I honestly, you asked me the question. My score is tied, and here's why. Because it's even now, right? Like to me, well, no. I can't say it's tied. I will say Kendrick won, but not by what people think. Kendrick won by presentation.
Facts.
So what I'm saying, no, dang,
No, Drake won. I think Drake won by presentation.
No. What I'm saying, presentation. I'm not talking about visuals. Visually, Drake won that. Like if we had to break this down by categories, it's different. But when I say overall, I think I give the edge to Drake for presentation, not because of the visuals, but meaning that Drake dropped his nuke in Family Matters, right? And then an hour later, Meet the Grams drops. So it's like a one up real quick. Like, you know what I'm saying? It didn't take a couple of days. It was. So when I say presentation, I'm talking about in the way he presented the music. Because when we start going into the details of each song, we can't cooperate any of the material that they presented. You know, the internet is interneting.
Drake said 100% of what he said was true. So you should, in theory, should be able to fact check everything he said.
You say that, but some of the stuff Drake said ain't as clever as he presented it either. Because that pedophile stuff, there's the pedophile stuff. I don't think he quite spun that around like he thought he did.
Now, listen. Him addressing the pedophile stuff was probably his worst move in the whole thing. It's almost like you were playing chess, and I don't play chess, by the way. I've seen people play it several times. But listen. It's almost like you get into the very last line and somebody take your king, though, bro. Yeah. I look at it like, okay, you were straight, but you didn't quite address it like how I thought.
This is the line. He said, "I'm way too famous for that to be," and it's like, bro, all the famous people is the ones that's getting away with it. That's were
very fast.
Like. Epstein thought he was getting away with it. Weinstein thought he was getting away with it. Kels thought he was getting away with it. And they got that much. So that's what I'm saying. I'm like, I don't think that was as hard as you think it was. And the thing is, you ain't doing now. You have definitely put the internet to internet. You definitely want the internet to be internet.
Hey, listen, man. I'm gonna be honest with you. I think that the way that Kendrick then goes and does Not Like Us and make it a little bop, bro. I thought it was cool because everybody was saying, the Drake people were saying, oh, Drake turned these beefs into hit records. That's what Drake do, is make hits. And then I'm seeing people who I hear with the doggone Not Like Us, you hear him going and you dancing to it, though, bro. And listen, I'm going to go, if we talking about 4 songs, I'm going to go. Nah, bro, listen. Nah. Okay. Euphoria versus Push-Ups. If you say that's preference. Okay, so let's say that's the one that's a tie. Yeah. Then you got 616 in LA versus Tailor Made Freestyle. I didn't think that the Tailor Made was the one with Tupac and Snoop. I thought that was cool, but in terms of just the rapping, I'm gonna go 616. Meet the Grams versus Family Matters. I think it's Meet the Gram easily. And then I think that Not Like Us was better than the Hard Part 6 because of the whole pedo stuff, though, bro. So I'm gonna go 3-1 Kendrick, but it's not like it's a dog walking 3-1, right? This is a 3-1 where I think that some of them are very close. But I knew that Kendrick was up when I asked Landon, and Landon is a Drake fan. I think that Drake is Landon's favorite rapper. And I love that he preferences. I prefer the old Drake, right? But I like Drake. He's still my guy, but I like the old Drake better. They're all very close, man. But I think that I'ma still go Kendrick 3-1, close 3-1s though, bro. And what I think is dope is that it to me solidified this to me as the best rap beef in exchange of songs of all time. To me, it's better than Biggie and Pac, right? Even though everybody got hit 'em up. Hit 'em up might be the more classic song. I think that this one gave the best content of all of them. I still contend that No Vaseline is the best diss song of all time. But I think that this particular one is the best back and forth exchange, the best beef in history. And I think I say that respectfully because I think that what made the Biggie and Pac beef so epic was those two were usually regarded as the best at that particular time. One or two, however you had it was a preference. And I think that with them saying, oh, this is the big three, it was clearly people have been for years saying the best three, Cole, K-Dot, or Drake. And so now that Cole has been pushed out of that, right? It's like, all right, you got the two best guys going at it though, bro. So for that reason though, man, I think that it's the best rap beef in history.
Does it make a difference if the information isn't true or not?
I don't think that it makes a difference. And here's the reason why. I think the reason why it doesn't make a difference is because I don't think that, how do you know, you don't necessarily know that everything Pac said in his was true, but it has some sting to it and it had enough meat on it that it made you think that it was possible, right? But here's the other thing too, right? This is the thing I think. I think that now what this has done is it's opened up a lot of Drake's past that I think a lot of people either overlook or we saw it, but we either looked the other way or we didn't make that big of a deal of it though, bro. And so now I think that Drake has a lot of questions to answer though, bro. He got to go. He got to answer a lot of those questions that the little girl from Stranger Things, where she was like, oh yeah, I be texting Drake all the time now. And this is like, bro, this one, she was like little, you know what I'm saying? You gotta answer now how you was with old girl. What's her name?
Millie Bobby Brown.
Millie Bobby Brown. All these, you gotta answer the young girl thing though, bro. Like, yeah, you gotta answer that.
Yeah, but like, so this is what I'm saying, right? Because obviously Drake accuses Kendrick of beating his wife. Said that was a Dave Free.
Yeah.
Is the baby daddy of one of his kids or something. And then of course Drake said he fed him the information about the kid, the 11-year-old. So my thing is, if he really did that, if he really did leak that, where's the proof that he leaked it?
You would have said something. Here you go right here. This is what I can. Here go the screen.
You would have showed the video.
You've been doing, yes, you've been showing all the receipts. You need to show some receipts of that. And listen, I do like the rebuttal that
I do. The heart 6 was great.
Yeah, but I like that your response to you saying that is, oh, you fell for information that we fed you. That's cool. But show me how that's how. Yes,
because you are a receipts guy. So I need to see the receipts.
Yes, but listen, I love a lot of things about what Drake did. The visual of him taking the damn minivan to go get crushed. I thought that was just absolutely brilliant. I think that Drake was dropping a lot of jewels in his visuals, but I love the absolute layers that you could really do. And listen, here's what I'm wondering. There's no way they could ever go back, right? There's no way you ops for life at this point, though, right? Like, how could you ever, like Jay-Z and Nas, they said when they ended their beef, I think that both of them looked at it like they was real cool before, and they knew it was just that. So then when they saw each other, it was just like, what's good? And they've been fairly solid ever since. I don't know if you can say some of the things that they've said and go back to just being like,
time heals all wounds, bro. It's just time.
what if, okay,
And hold on before
okay,
go ahead, because I got another thing as to what would heal.
time heals all wounds. But what if you're Kendrick and you've always hated Drake? You've hated him for a long time, and you've just been you gave him props because he put you on the biggest concert. He put you on tour. He didn't put you on, but he did give you the little nod, right? But if you gave him that, if he gave you that nod, and when you start really getting bigger and you start to be more exposed, and you hated how he moved, and you really hated a lot of things about him for a long time that you just kept to yourself, though, right? And now it all comes down. And when you finally say all this, I don't know if there's enough time to heal that, bro.
Well, here is the thing, though. So, and we have to add this into the story because it is a part of the story. So we know that Drake's security guard got shot, right? And the thing is that Kendrick was planning to release more music, but end up pulling it once the violence happened. So the thing is what's up?
First off, we'd be remiss because we can't just not mention that Drake said, Metro, shut your ass up and make some drums, right? Well, Metro responds back and did just that apparently. Sat down and we made some drums. Now listen, what I thought was funny, what I thought was absolutely hilarious is when I heard BBL Drizzy. Have you heard BBL Drizzy?
Bro, I sent it to you and you was acting like you ain't know what it was.
No. Okay, that's one thing. Cause I was like, yo, cause this is my thing. I said, damn, boy, this AI, these boys are with next level with that. This song seems like it came out in like 1971. This seems like, and what's funny to me about that is I ended up just through the good graces of the folks at TikTok. Guy pops up on there. This dude name is like Will Phil Wallonius or something like that. He said, "Yeah, man, I'm the maker of BBL Drizzy, right?" And I thought that maybe him and Metro co-produced it, but apparently no. Metro sampled his song BBL Drizzy, and I listened to the whole BBL Drizzy without the Metro booming part, and it is hilarious by itself. So then when I saw Metro threw the drums on top of it, and that's the part I thought was the funniest, is that I thought that Metro it just seemed like he just put some drums down. That's why when I thought of, oh yeah, Metro just went and sat down and put some drums on it, that he put drums to that song though. That's what was fire about it to me too though.
Yeah. But that's why I was asking you where was your verse at, because he giving away the free beat. And you was like,
listen, but you said that, but time heals all wounds. And what was the second thing?
So when I say because of the fact that now, we wanted this to stay on just raps. You know what I'm saying? That's why people was nervous about the Chris Brown thing, because we really thought that he might do something. But I felt like these guys. So, okay, now that somebody has been hurt and some vandalization has happened in other places, right? Does it make us look at J. Cole any different that this is why he wanted out of that? Because he didn't want to no part of that type of stuff? When he said he wanted his piece?
Okay, I can't listen. Before I answer that, shout out to my brother Chris Weston in the comment, the cockaroo himself. And this was something that I thought was crazy because he said, I died laughing when Rick Ross banned Drake from his car show because kids will be there. And I thought that was hilarious. Okay, listen. I think that Cole, I don't know. Okay, put it like this. I don't know that Cole was ready to have. This was funny. For as long as Cole has been around, there's still very little that's known about Cole, right? You know, he's from Fayetteville. You only know about what he tells you in his music. I don't think that there's very much known about him, though, right? I didn't even know that that Cole was married fairly young. Yeah, but he got married fairly young. And so but I say that to say, when you get to that point and you got this much stuff coming out, maybe he just figured like I ain't with that. And maybe I think that for Cole, I think that the difference where this was smart for Cole, it's not necessarily to say, oh, I don't want, I'm too scared or whatever. I honestly believe, man, that Cole feels like I am friends with Kendrick. I am friends with Drake. So I am not going to be involved and I'm not going to respond any further only because this is my friend. And so to prevent it to where I can't mend that relationship after you say certain things, I'm just going to fall back. So I'm okay with Cole doing it.
I am too.
But the apology, it knocks him out. It puts him, if there's still a big three, he's 3.
I mean, I'm think he's okay with that too. Because here's the thing, J. Cole fans, I know they're upset that he bowed out. But J. Cole, winning fixes everything. He dropped his next album.
I agree. This was funny. If you're a J. Cole fan, this is gonna sound crazy. Okay. This is the thing that's interesting. If you're a J. Cole fan and you also like Drake, then to me you do so because it's a break from J. Cole or it's just a different kind of variety. Because to be quite honest with you, I don't know how you can love J. Cole. And maybe you just have a different kind of love for Drake because it's different. The content is just so different. And I think that Kendrick and Cole's contents are more similar. Listen, bro. Ace, listen, I think that this is the thing I wonder. I'm curious to see who comes out of this bigger, right? Because now you've seen Kendrick put out more music more frequently than you ever seen him put out new stuff. And Drake's always big. Can Drake get any bigger, bro? Like, what if Drake puts out the classic album now that we've been really... the Piece of Man's son came on this podcast on Beyonce's internet and says, I am looking for Drake to put out a classic hip-hop album. What if this compels Drake to go ahead and show people?
I don't think it will, because I think even within the battle, he was still Drake. He still couldn't go without singing on it and doing the melodies. Like, Drake. And so this is what I'm saying, right? If you are a Drake fan, you think Drake won. If you are a Kendrick fan, you think Kendrick won. There was nothing that happened within these battles that changed anybody's mind. I saw Maul from the Roy and Maul podcast defend Drake to his dying breath.
And he looked like a whole clown too in the process to me.
Like everything was logical only from Drake's point of view. Nothing Kendrick did. So yeah.
I don't know, man. I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. I think, okay, the Mr. Morales came out 2003. I think it was 3. Yeah, I think that came out. Was it 2002? The 23? Was it 22?
I thought it was either 19 or like it was.
No.
I misquoted. It's either 22 or 23.
Hold on.
I misquoted. I think 22 or 23.
Okay, so listen. If that means, okay, so it came out. Okay, It was released in 2022. So we talking about almost 2 years to the date. Now, supposedly, Kendrick is supposed to come up with some new music, though, right?
This month.
This month. So my thing is this. I'm just kind of curious, though, bro. I think, listen, I can say this, and I mean this wholeheartedly. I am a Kendrick fan, and I'm a fan of every single Kendrick album. I think that he's one of the few people to me who's put out an album that I think not just so that it's not necessarily no skip, but he hasn't missed, right? He hasn't missed on these albums. If he put this new out and the new one has the potential to get him out to lead for where now Drake might be leading it in streams, but if it's a clear distinction in the rapping, dog, I think that it could do more for Kendrick.
Well, Kendrick dropped the last song he did was a club bop, the one with mustard on it. Like they played it in the club and it went hard.
Oh yeah, it was dope.
Yeah, they showed video of it. So it's like people weren't expecting that because you was expect Drake to put out the bop. It's like they did the reverse because when Drake dropped the last one, it was more the monotone over the sample, whoop whoop.
Yeah.
And then Drake did and Kendrick did the bop. So, I think people just want Kendrick to do more modern music instead of just doing his music, even though
I don't even think that's it, though, to be honest with you, right? I think that what I think, this is the thing I think. With all due respect to the fact that Kendrick, that I think has, to me, I think Kendrick has nothing but classics, right? I think even the first 5 out, I think are all classic. The first Jay-Z doesn't have, well, you can't say that about Jay-Z. The first 5. You can't say that about, you can't even say the first 4, right? So all people who know Kendrick, who's seen him, only has seen him do classics, right? But with all that being said, I think that as a Kendrick fan, because I know he's going to come out with the classics, and as being a rapper, I understand the process because I'm almost in the same boat, where his creative process just probably takes longer. And so that's why it took 5 years one time. If he comes out with another one now, it's going to be 2 years, all right? And so I think that because of that, because I think that a lot of his albums are conceptual albums, all right? Those are, they take longer because you got to see that whole life cycle. I think that that's with respect to Drake. While Drake might not have the classic album, he might have the more classic songs, right? He's a streaming king. He has all the records for a reason. So then it's just a matter of preference. I think that I would want to see, Drake's going to drop a new album every year, right? And I respect that he has the catalog and stuff in the tuck to do it. I think that I would want to see Kendrick put out more music more frequently, but not at the expense. If you're telling me that it's going to be not the quality of the Kendricks, then I'm cool with what he's doing at the pace.
I'm right there with you. I think he should do what he does because the thing is that he moves the post whenever he drops anyway. It ain't like he has to do what Drake is doing. Like Drake, that's different.
Yeah, I think that the Drake. Listen, I think that here's the one thing I can respect about Drake, right? I think that the one thing I can respect about Drake is when you have the pulse and when you have the attention, you never know when it's gonna go. And so I told you, generally speaking, in hip hop, 5 years is all you have is to be the hottest. Just 5 years, and Drake is the exception to that, and Jay-Z might be the slight exception. But what I'm saying, when you're the number one guy, when you're the cross of the intersection of being the best and the hottest, 5 years max, though, bro. And I think that I can respect that Drake didn't waste any time. He's been on top of it since he's been on, though. So I respect the hustle. But I think that that's the sacrifice, though, because he's been capitalizing on the quantity. I think that the quality is what prevents a lot of people from always saying, "Oh yeah, Drake don't got that one." Yeah. So
Yeah.
I don't know.
Two things before we jump off here. One, I started watching that Katt Williams, bro. It's not it.
No,
It's not it.
I didn't. I haven't watched it. Planned on watching it, but I heard he said something about Megan Thee Stallion, and I don't know what it was. I didn't hear it. But
Oh no. I ain't got there yet. I'm still. I'm like probably a little more than halfway through it. I'm just saying, up until that point, it ain't it. I'm sure he's probably got a couple of jokes in there that's probably going because I chuckled a little bit on certain things because
I
he
would
got
say
a part,
I'm watching it today.
okay because he got a part in there about Jamie Foxx that I kind of had to snickle. There's some snickers, but I'm just saying it wasn't. It was it was mid at best. But that doggone Tom Brady roast.
Listen, I've been seeing snippets of it, and everybody is catching shots on there, boy.
Listen, it is so epic, bro. That Tom Brady roast is, bro, it is not for the faint.
No, bro, listen, bro. I know that they meant it for jokes, but them boys is not. They taking the gloves off. It's all low blows, bro.
And it's live too.
Yeah,
So it was live when they did it. So yeah, it is, bro. Listen, my boy Andrew Schultz did. It was straight shot, no chaser, bro. There's what's that girl name? She always be on all the roasts. I can't think of her name. She slayed. That boy, he got a podcast. I can't think of his name either. Yeah, Kill Tony. Kill Tony. He walked around with his roast, bro, and was just slaying them, bro.
yeah.
Chris, listen, Kevin Hart couldn't. He said, bro, I wanted to come back. He said, I gotta wait for a couple of days before I can even come back at you. Kill Tony was going hard, bro. But Andrew Schultz killed too. Yeah, there was like three. I mean, it's that one, bro.
Yo,
Like,
I listen, bro. So this was funny. I was planning to watch that after the Katt Williams. So I was like, but I saw so many snippets of it that I was like, yo, I gotta go ahead and watch it faster. But I was like, dog, when I was watching the snippets of it, I was like, damn, bro, they is going in. Not just the Tom Brady ones, not just going in on Tom, but when I saw them going in on Kim
they
K,
was killing Gronk. Oh yeah, they got.
I said, oh,
they was killing Gronk.
My gosh.
Hey, the other thing too. Listen, there was one joke where Tom Brady had to get up and be like, "Hey, don't you ever say that again, bro." Like,
yo, epic, man. Nah,
yeah.
I was like, yo, I couldn't believe it though, man. So I gotta see it.
That Tom Brady roast is next level, bro. It's easily to me a 9 or 10, bro.
Yeah,
Like,
I saw maybe 10 snippets of it that I automatically thought topped any other roast I've ever seen. Like just on the 10. So I haven't seen the whole thing, just those 10.
It's bro, it's just like punchline after punchline after punchline. It's just so much stuff. Yeah. I absolutely enjoyed it, bro. And I'm not even finished with it yet. I just finished with the boy Andrew. Like I'm up to where Mr. Kraft is about to get up. So
yeah, no, man. I gotta I can't wait to see it though, man. Yeah, I can't wait. Shout out to my brother Randy for tapping in though, bro.
Randy.
Yeah.
You'll owe me for that Mark Echo shirt, bro. And
hey,
my
man,
shorts.
It's Tuesday, bro. What you got going on for the week?
I wanted to shout out to boy Dominique. I know I talked about me winning the show the other weekend, but we had a nice little conversation, bro. And I like the vision what he's trying to do for R&B here in the city. So shout out to my boy Damo and Soul Snatchers. This week, got some family stuff going on. My boy Tari is graduating on Friday from Hobbs University out in New Mexico. So pretty hyped up about that. Other than that, just trying to get everybody situated here in Oklahoma City. We've been having a bunch of tornadoes and a bunch of storms. That we actually had one that was pretty close to the house yesterday. So far, I only see a little bit of damage to like my fence. But yeah, we was like, down in the middle part of the house yesterday. Had to wake Charlie up out of the sleep and get her on out there. So yeah, man, we just May is out here maying already, and tornado season is popping for the old city. So yeah, but other than that, you see what I'm repping. You know what it is for tonight. So I'm just invested in my Thunder Boys, and yeah. What about you?
Hey, listen, man, we got the research department out of town for the whole week, so it's just the bros over here, though, man. So, so this was funny, though, man. I've already noticed. Like, this is the thing I think that's crazy, bro. I think that you ever notice. So, like, I'm not gonna. I don't even want to call it this, but this is gonna sound crazy. Do you ever notice how much time you actually devote toward just talking to your spouse when they're there? And how much not free, but how empty that time is now. So that's what's funny to me, though, right? Because listen, when she's gone, I'm like, I'm not calling you. Just go ahead and do your thing, have your fun, or whatever.
Yeah.
So I think that the crazy part about it is I'm doing some of the same things that I typically would be doing anyway. But I think that what's crazy about it is that my day feels longer, right? Because like even now, like I'm planning to go ahead and I'm gonna be in the studio. Probably it's gonna be a late night one, right? And so because I'm gonna be in the studio late night, it's like, all right, I could be in there. It's late because technically I don't got nobody waiting to see when I'm gonna come on up. So this like that. So I think this week though, man, I'm hoping to get a lot of studio time in. And I think that I'm looking to I've already recorded a couple of things, and I got to go ahead and finish mixing down though, man. I'm pretty excited about. But just I'm trying to go ahead and be real heavy on the content though, man. So me and Landon out here living this bachelor pad life for the week though, man. And that is the whole week long though, bro.
We might just fire, bro.
We just might eat wings and burgers every single day.
You need to eat some chicken now that she gone.
Yeah, that's how I got a whole pack of chicken thawed out up in the fridge right now, though, bro. I'm talking like, listen, I've had this pack of chicken in the freezer for like probably almost a month or two that I'm aware of, and so and it's just nah. So we eating chicken and we eating chicken and burgers and pizza probably all week long though. We doing straight bros.
But we roll out, bro. Breaking news: the boy Jamal Murray was fined $100,000 and avoid suspension.
Yeah, so that's straight.
Yeah.
That's
what's up. Let's get out of here, bro.
Peace, y'all.
Doesn't matter what your name is.
Brotherz podcast, the greatest podcast of all time. Brotherz podcast, the greatest podcast.
Can you dig it, sucker?